good morning. I'm Angela, and today we're going to be making homemade doggy treats with just a few simple ingredients that you probably have right in your own kitchen. So let's get started. Okay, well, this particular recipe, for your dries, you can use anything from super organic. You know, this is actually garbanzo bean flour, so it adds protein into the recipe as well, and works really well. Or you can go super simple and cost effective and use an oatmeal. I prefer to use the quick, but you can use the old-fashioned also. And you'll actually grind that up, and I'll show you how we do that. You can use any peanut butter that you wish that suits your financial situation, as long as it does not have xylitol in it. You will want to check your ingredients on your peanut butter to make sure it does not have that in it. It is toxic to your babies, and I mean your four-legged babies. For your moisture part of this recipe, we will be doing a combination of well-ripened bananas and just some homemade applesauce. You can use regular store-bought applesauce, is fine. Try to stick with the sugar-free. We don't need to have hyped up puppies. Natural sugar is enough for them. And then just for a little extra zing, I will be putting in some parsley. Helps with the freshen the breath. Mint works very well also if you have fresh mint. So we'll get started measuring. We'll do part oatmeal. So I will take, let's do 3/4 cup of the oatmeal, and I'm going to actually, we'll do a little extra because we are going to need some for rolling out the cookies. And I just use my bullet. You can use anything you have to help, you know, grind up your oatmeal. And here we go. And that's all it takes, just a couple seconds. Nice floury consistency. And we are gonna mix, for this recipe, we'll mix the oatmeal with the garbanzo flour. And okay, so I want a total of 1.5 cups. I'm gonna do more so of this, and then we'll roll out with the flour made from the oatmeal. Okay, there's our 1.5. And then we'll take half a banana. And then, whoop! Do a 1/4 cup of the applesauce. So you basically want 1.5 cups of your dry to 1/2 cup of your wet. Whether it's all applesauce or all banana or a combination thereof. There are other vegetables that work well, or fruits, I'm sorry, or even vegetables. You could do carrots, pureed carrots and stuff. I like the organic peanut butter. It's really kind of, I already stirred it up, but it's runny. It's easy to pour into the cups, into the measuring cups. So that's just gonna be, yep, 1/2 cup of peanut butter. There. We'll put that all together. I'll combine that first, and then we will add the parsley to it. Just to get the banana started, we're going to use a big fork. And I just use one of those serving forks. What we're going for is like a hard, kind of a hard dough that's well formed, and that will roll out for us without having to be refrigerated first. So we're a little on the dry side. I'm going to add a touch more of the applesauce just to help bring it together. So it will be a really firm dough, almost like a gingerbread dough, for those of you that do baking. That's about what you want. You want it to just come together and just be a firm ball without it separating and falling back in. If it is kind of loose and separating and falling back in, just add a little bit more of your dry ingredient. And just do a little at a time. Otherwise, you'll end up having to go back and forth, back and forth. Okay, now we're gonna just chop up some of the parsley. Always fun, it doesn't have to be a lot. I just take a little bit of about a handful and then kind of bend it around on itself, make a firm ball, and just nice and little bits. There we go. Got a nice little chop there. I'm just going to add that in. And then we'll just whip that around, bring it all together, combine it, and we'll roll it out. Since it is right around Easter, we will make some cute bunny shapes and some Easter egg shapes, because of course these babies have to have Easter too. So we will do that. Okay. So it's all brought together and combined. Now, with some of that leftover flour that I made out of the oatmeal, I will spread that on the board here, cutting board, and we will start rolling. And I always end up having a little extra left over because I usually make too much. And I stick it in the freezer. I just keep it in the freezer for the next batch. So sometimes you end up with a little extra ground up because you always want to add a little bit more than your recipe because of the needing to dust the countertop. I'll just turn all that dough out onto the counter. Whoop, and drop the bowl. So as you can see, it's a sticky dough. It will stick to everything under the sun. And you're gonna coat it well in the flour before you start rolling. Just get it well coated. Okay. And since I have that little bit of leftover flour from the last batch, I'm gonna coat my rolling pin with it. And we will get started rolling out to make cookies. And we'll be cutting them into cookie shapes. You only want to go about 1/4 to a 1/2 inch thick. You don't want to do anything more or less than that. You really want to stick to that general depth. This way it's nice and easy for little dogs and big dogs. Got little bunnies and little eggs, and we'll just go ahead and cut some of them up. Done here, probably enough for a tray. And then we'll get those into the oven. These will bake at 350 for about 12 to 15 minutes. If you happen to do them really thick, you can go to 18 minutes, but seriously start watching them at 15. They're gonna be slightly soft when they come out, and they will continue to crisp up. They won't be as hard at, you know, as like a biscuit type, like a biscuit type cracker. They won't be as hard as a biscuit type cracker cookie, but they will have a little bit of a crunch to them, and we'll show you what they're like at the end as well. So I have one cookie sheet here already dressed with some parchment paper on it. Just makes life a little easier. And we'll go ahead and put these on the tray. So we did little Easter eggs and bunny faces. Now if you wanted to get extra fancy and do eyes on your bunnies, dogs can have carob. So if you have mini carob chips, that is okay for a dog to eat. Do not, under any circumstances, give your babies chocolate chips in those cookies. Not okay, not healthy for them. You'll end up with a very high vet bill, and it won't be fun for you or the dog, if the dog makes it. So, 6 things they can have. You could even do little carrot chunk eyes. You could do carob chip eyes if you wanted to. We're just leaving them plain. We're just gonna have the shape. And we'll get them all on here and get them baking. All right, so we're gonna just pop these in the oven. We already have it preheated at 350. And we'll just put these in the oven. We'll put the rest on the other rack, but for the magic of YouTube and every other social media, here's a set. This is what they will look like when they're done. I'll set that down so I can break one for you. These don't have the parsley. I had just made them just before, but see, they are a little crisp, but they're not, they'll be fairly soft. So a dog that may have dental issues, or even for your little dogs that have really small teeth, you don't need to worry about, as long as you don't keep it really thick. Keep it between that 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch, closer to the 1/4 inch, and you'll be just fine. And then believe me, they love them. Beryl, come here. Beryl, come here. You want a treat? Do you sit? You want a cookie? Because you were such a good boy. Do you give me a paw? You shake? That's good. Do you shake the other one? That's good. You have a cookie. Happy Easter. Happy Easter, everybody. Hope you enjoyed them.